Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! It's 2019! You get excited about it being New Year? I don't. I like the holidays, and I love Christmas, and I love New Year's, but like the whole idea of resolutions and starting anew, I actually don't really buy into, which is why I'm making this video. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jessica. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I just like to create health hacks and workouts that you can do from home and lifestyle-y stuff. So let's just get into it. Today, it's all about goals for 2019. Okay, that's better. Jim and I were in Napa for New Year's, and it was like a high of 55, a low of 42-ish every day. And here in Florida, it's 81. We can't escape it. If my family didn't live here, we would not live here. It is brutal. It's so hot, you guys. It's not fair. Not fair at all. You read my post, my latest Instagram post. You'll see my goals for 2019 are kindness, compassion, and quality. If you noticed, I've been a little quiet on YouTube. I have not uploaded a video in a little while, and there was a number of reasons why I haven't, but basically it really boils down to the fact that I just have been uninspired. I've been reading a lot of forums. I'm in a YouTube growth channel group on Facebook, and I kind of have I've let my channel not be just like an outlet for me. I've focused a lot on numbers, and I think it's actually hurting me. It's hurting I think it's hurting the ability of my community to grow and the engagement, because I'm just focusing on algorithms and the math of it, and I forgot about the heart of it and why I did this. And why I did this was for me as a creative outlet, as a stay-at-home mom who has a 3-year-old to talk to all day, every day. Yeah, and if you guys are like me, if you're a mom, you know, long day. Wonderful. I always feel like I have to clarify, and I don't. But wonderful days, but they're long. So I don't do resolutions, and I don't do resolutions for a couple different reasons, but basically for me, they feel a little gimmicky, but I do have goals. I have goals of what I'm trying to achieve as a person, both professionally and personally. And I think that these are more just a continuation and an evolution, and these are, compassion and kindness and mindfulness are all things that I have been focusing on for a long time. I just want to get better at it. There's some things that I've reflected on, and I'm like, oh, I actually preach it, but I don't practice it. So I have my little cheat sheet, my notes, and I'm going to go through them. But these are my goals. And again, if you do resolutions, that is awesome. For me, I'm just trying to do more of an evolution, if you will. So when I say kindness not only to myself, but to others. I think that I've tried very hard to be very open-minded and not very judgmental. And looking back, even just on the last few weeks, I haven't really been that good at it. Not saying that I'm a mean person or anything like that, but I tend to not give others the benefit of the doubt that I am trying to give others, and I don't give it to myself either. There's a lot that happened within the last quarter of the year. You guys know about my hearing loss and me finding out about that, but there's some other stuff that I will go into in other videos, because in these goals, one of my goals that I'll talk about is quality. I need to be a little bit more open as well. So there's just some stuff that really weighed heavily on my shoulders and on my heart at the end of last year. And I think it kind of killed my confidence. Also, being a stay-at-home mom is not, while it's amazing, it's not for the weak of heart, and it's not for someone it's not for everyone. And I really thought it was for me, but I feel like I've kind of lost my identity and who I am. I don't work anymore. I used to have a job, and I don't now. And I feel outside of being a wife and a mom, and that's a huge job, but I feel like I'm not really sure as corny as it sounds, I'm not really sure who I am anymore. And I think it's a huge reason why I started this channel and why I started my Instagram account. It's not just to give tips to other women, but to kind of help really figure out to really figure out my voice as an adult outside of being a wife and a mom. So the next one is compassion. Again, I'm really trying to practice mindfulness. However, I just read a book that my sister-in-law recommended, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's The Girl Wash Your Face book, and I have to say, it was like, I think every woman needs to read it. Honestly, men, I could get a lot out of it too, but wow, you guys, huge eye-opening book. And I had to take a really hard look at myself and the way that I've been treating not only myself, but others. And I think compassion and kindness go hand in hand, but I think to really step back and not react and not talk about someone or read into something somebody did to you, instead just try and look at it from their perspective. While I've tried very hard and I feel like I'm doing a good job at it, after I read the book, I thought back onto some recent events and I'm like, yeah, you still have work to do, which is great. Like, I'm recognizing it, I'm realizing it, I'm evolving. So it's still a huge point for me. And I think to try and not just write someone off or judge something they do so harshly without really trying to see where they might be coming from or learn their story, I think it would make everybody a lot happier if we did that. And finally, quality. And I'm talking quality over quantity in all aspects of my life. Spending more time with my kid, but making it quality time. So I'm not on my phone, Snapchatting my sisters or checking my Instagram account or, you know, responding to messages. But I'm actually like focusing and playing with him, and we're doing things that are good for his growth and his development. I mean, not just like sticking the TV on for him. Same with my husband. I told you guys earlier, Jim and I were in Napa over New Year's, and it was incredible. You forget when you have little ones and you get in and even if you don't have kids, you get into your routine, you know, you get into the minutia of work and life and stress and cleaning and bills and rent and car payments and, you know, did you pay the Netflix account, all that stuff, and you forget about you as a couple, and then you add a kid onto it and it's like, you know. So just to get away and decompress, and I'm sure you guys saw, we went to Italy this summer with Henry, and that was an amazing, life-changing, gorgeous, fantastic, fun trip. But Jim and I going for 3 days alone to California, I think it has something to do with the fact that, like, when you're on vacation with your kid, you're still parenting, right? Like, you're just taking care of your kid in another location. So when it was just Jim and I didn't have to worry about, like, I could really decompress, you know, I could really relax. I didn't have to worry about keeping another human being alive because I was on a trip with adults who can do that for themselves. So it was the best, and we made it a promise that we were going to do that more often, just with each other. Also, me and my social media content. So I'm not going to focus so much on getting a picture out every day, getting a few videos out every week. I want to really connect with you guys. I want to really build a community, and to do that, I think it starts with me being completely honest with things that are going on in my life with you guys. I think that, you know, when you start a social media account, like when I started my fitness page on YouTube and on Instagram, automatically you feel like, oh, well, I have to act like an expert in this field, otherwise who's going to take me seriously, or I would look stupid. And I'm realizing that's not the case. So I'm going to be a lot more open with you guys. I'm going to be a lot more realistic, and I'm not going to shield or hide things, and because it's artificial, it becomes artificial, and then it also becomes manufactured and not fun. And so for me, also, I'm really going to try and not say "and so" so many times, but for me, I feel like 2019 is going to be a lot more about honesty, and I'm going to talk about all the hard stuff that happened last year and why that affected me surprisingly on what I would post on the internet. So I will share all that with you. I just don't want to bore you to death in one video. And lastly is quality of things, so stuff. I'm not going to consume so much. I think that we all are really guilty of just over-consuming, over-consumption. If you guys have that Like to Know It fashion app, which is amazing, and I love it so much because I'm not very fashionable, not very fashion forward, and I don't know how to necessarily put outfits together all the time. But it makes you a consumer. If you watch YouTube videos and you like beauty channels, like my sisters and I do, it makes you a consumer because you have to need that foundation. You have to have in your life that new eyeshadow palette. You don't, okay? So for me, I'm gonna take a big step back from what I purchase. I'm gonna focus a lot more on quality. And I'll also talk about that with you guys in a whole other video, but I have a whole idea about clothes, accessories, beauty items, skincare, all of it. And it's going to be a lot more quality over quantity. So just to wrap this up, I don't want this to be a super long video. I will go into more detail in my other videos that are to come. I just wanted to share my 2019 goals with you. Come back officially for my first video of the new year. Wish you a happy new year. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. I wish you a great start to January, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.